Welcome to CathyDSlaught's SRC4u Zoom call for October 4th, 2021. We are here on Cathy's website, CathyDSlaght.com. We will scroll down and look for the Zoom banner. If you would like to be part of Cathy's daily energy clearing group on the Zoom call, you would just sign up and there's a monthly fee. We're going to click where it says click here. This will take us over to the Zoom platform where I will open the Zoom app and the call will be live.
So it is 10 o'clock. I missed you guys Friday, but I figured since on Thursday all of us wished each other a happy weekend and there are no accidents, I thought, well, let's take Friday off. And I went digging a little deeper in that brain book, although it is taxing my brain. But I want to show you some of the information, and then we want to study this up here. But he had gotten into genetics. That's his next category. And we're going to be adding this from time to time to our cocktails. But the big thing, at the moment of conception, way too complicated for me to figure out. It depends on much timing. But one thing we pretty much across the board download is fear conditioning from all our ancestors, and we need to work to clear that. Now, Karen Barnett, who does a lot of dowsing, some of you may already have this. If I can, chatter and scatter, till harmless and formless, automatic negative thoughts regarding, the word is fear there, and a code. And I really like this chatter and scatter till harmless and formless. No telling what we could put in there. We have some new supercharger cocktails, and I'm hoping maybe Kevin and I can connect right after this call, and he'll grab them. But in the book by Dr. Ammon or Ammon, whatever you call it, he has some steps to prevent mental illness. And I did a little experimenting and found that a lot of people wanted 24 hours of the supercharger with commands, believe your behavior can turn off or turn on the genes, because some of us, like I know in my family, I have a lot of alcoholism. So what Bruce Lipton said is it's really environment that calls the shots. So obviously I'm not going to drink much because I can see that. I watch my daughter for that very carefully. So you don't want to turn on your vulnerabilities. Just about everybody in my family was diabetic, not me. Again, because I'm aware of what not to eat. And then just it goes on. You can read this for yourself, but this is effective in the supercharger, apparently, because people are asking for so long. We've got repair DNA. The cell membranes, what seems to be disturbed the most regarding our cell membranes is the toxicity, which then damages the cell membranes, which disrupts our communication. I found a code, stop poisoning the brain. And again, we're looking at this just as information. We can correct all of it if we have the awareness. So this just gives you that information if you care to scan it. We have different toxins absorbed through the skin. Alcohol seems to be a tough one, doing a lot of toxicity work. There's a chart. Some of you, the book is inscribed and it's a wealth of information. But again, you can look at this on your own, get some ideas. I just copied and pasted. We do have a clear cigarette toxins. What?
What's that one foods products made with plastic?
Yeah, we have. I don't know the details on that yet, but there's quite a bit of plastic in our environment that's not serving us in any way. It's just like somewhere I read the lead content in cheese. I don't know if anybody's read anything on that or not. So it's, we have mold. Mold is a very serious issue for our brain. And they have found, he gives the story in the book of the guy that developed the bulletproof coffee. Apparently, these people all give him permission to talk about their brain scans. He was having a lot of troubles. and probably would have put on meds, but went in and got a brain scan, and it was mold. So that we have a mold toxins in the recharger. Lead is another big one. And then we have in the recharger a regenerate organs of elimination, because again, that's a big deal. I don't know if anybody wants to do this. I don't know if I want to do it, but there's also a food detox for 2 weeks. Maybe down the road, I'll do this. If anybody else wants to do it, it might be fun. You eliminate for 2 weeks all processed foods, gluten, dairy. You can read it: non-organic beef and chicken, farm-raised fish, soy, and then you know the dirty dozen: artificial sweeteners, alcohol, and recreational drugs. And then we have a supercharger for purified water.
You say do that on the SRC?
Well, no, I'm thinking do it on the, you can put that in the super clear, all these things in the SRC. I'd like to give it a try, real life as well, 3D version, just to skip all those things.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just not quite ready to do it. I have a few social things coming up. So, but anyway, here's the steps to create mental illness. And of course, here's a big one: believe your genes are your destiny. It's just not true. The genes are switched on and off by the environment. It talks about habits. Look at how your family eats. In my family, it wasn't a meal if you didn't have dessert. So kind of look at that, see if it supports you. And if you like, just put that in the super clear. I do have that. Another thing in this book is head trauma, which is huge, more so than we realize. A few toxins. And then I left off at this mind storms thing. I hope to finish that this week. But did anybody ever read the book The God Spot years ago?
No.
This was about children who had near-death experiences, and when they came back, their temporal lobes were quite expanded. They were quite powerful compared to before, and he considered it a psychic gift. But with the temporal lobes, with any kind of anomaly, you might also see a few discarnates. And that's kind of where I ended with the book so far, is that he got into his office one day, and his receptionist that had been with him for many, many years said, "You're not doing a thing until you go in and see this little 9-year-old boy waiting for you in that office over there." And he says, "Look, I got 15 people in the waiting list." And the receptionist said, "I repeat, you're not doing a thing." So he went in, and here's this cute little boy who said, "I've read your whole book, and I've got temporal lobe anomalies, and I see all these green things floating around me all the time, and tried to kill myself over it." So that's where I left off. My brain was tired. But there's a lot more to this information in this book that we can probably benefit from. So with that, let's go ahead and go through the manual and see what else we've got. And I did get that first list of the flower essence stuff ready. So we'll look at that as well, and I'll send that out. Seems to me, with all that's going on in the world, we need the gentle balancing of the flower essences more than ever. I don't know if anybody else is working with adding these 9 codes to your intentions, but we will add it to our and you can, I've been doing this once in a while. Let's just see if intention we are holding integration tray. Let's just see if that's where we want to be. Yeah, it's been very powerful. That's what I've been seeing for people, is that to add our intention statement right in here has been quite powerful. And to just check, again, this is for the group, but to get an idea from how you ate maybe the day before. And then if I can see, we're good as far as stress level. I have been just checking this one since it's so good for fungus, and I don't know, have any of you done any work with apple cider vinegar?
I take it in the morning sometimes.
Yeah, I'm going to start. What I read most recently was make yourself a glass of water and put, I think it's 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar in, and then go 3 times in the day and drink a little of it because it's for fungus, the candida. And then as a group, we have so far, let's see what we do today, been asking for this MMS in the sustenance balancer.
Cathy, what else did you say you put in with that in the sustenance? All that stuff, all that?
Yeah, I've been just doing because I actually, oh, look at that. See, we want that again. Because I personally had a detox, which I'm still blown away by.
Right.
I got a little carried away with this because I was experimenting. So I did all that stuff 3 times, all that food 3 times, and all that water, and lived to regret it. So, but it does not seem to be too stressful to do it once. And I've just been doing all that stuff, all that food, and all that water. But I have had some real success with other things using this sustenance balancer, sending the frequency of different things. So it's worth working with. So we just...
So you don't actually put the name of it in there? You just put all that stuff?
All that stuff, and then down here is the MMS, and that's the code. I've got the code.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to enhance.
You just run it once then, Cathy?
Yep. Yep. I'll do all that food and all that water as well. Now we're taking 8 minutes. Because I can't imagine what else that day could have given me that healing crisis. And then this is another good one that someone sent in information on. And I've been working with clients just like we're doing right here, testing. And a lot of them not only resonate with having that in the sustenance balancer, but purchasing and using it. So let's just see where we are with this.
What are the benefits of it?
It's look at that, 99%. That is an environmental protector. I think I sent the link out the other day. I'll find it and send it out again. It protects against radiation and you name it, it's there. And I actually have to get in there to stop procrastinating and get it myself. I'll find that link and send it out again.
Okay.
Now, we got a pretty weird code on Thursday, and it dawned on me later that was from our startup cocktail, not this group. But I guess I was thinking about it. It's hard to even believe that there is such a thing out there as far as dark energy, which may be out there. And it might even be a similar thing with that hokey pokey, that it's hard to believe that anything could be out there like that. But let's just go and see what we came up today. I did that scan ahead of time. Freedom, can you see it? freedom from destructive
Yeah.
emotion. Okay, good. And mental programming, purify the body, block and return all demonic attack. This was an interesting one that someone was telling me about. You want to minimize any dark energy and maximize the light with your work, in case there are any programs out there trying to minimize our kind of quantum work. So I thought, well, what the heck, what can it hurt? I'll put it in. It did come up. This again, block detrimental physical and emotional conditions. I like the miracle ones. This is another one. Some people get 100% priority to do this one. So there was a code for it. Override any attempts to tag or manipulate my energetic terrain. Permanently alleviate all symptoms of spirit possession in a perfect and correct way. Protect the subconscious mind from infestation. I like, here's another positive, active intelligence. We know what to do. Let's just do it. Heal the scars of the mind, divine light of God. Shield, this was an interesting one. Shield the ionosphere from non-beneficial experimentation. There was a code for it. And then no fear. Let's just end with that one. Yeah, oops. But I'm sure you all are doing this also. If I listen to something or read something and it has some interesting thoughts, I like to see if there's a code for it. So often there is. So this Grab-A-Boy group looks like they're reading what I'm reading, or somebody is. And then we can always go down to the very end. And just see, is there a priority for this? But this is where so many, and I would have been one of them, just didn't really believe such things could exist in this magnitude. And it looks like we're good at the bottom here. And it may be that times are changed and that we need to have an awareness. So let's just scan on down.
You know what dowsing, I've been taught by Raymond Gray said, you can take the spirits, the bad spirits away immediately.
Absolutely. The dowsing is powerful also. And that, this, like I've said so often, we're weaving with other modalities. This really has great power. I like this because with the dowsing, you do it and it's clear. With this is sending that information to your etheric field as long as it's going. So I like that myself because our energy is flowing. And we may start out and everything's pretty balanced, and then, even run to the grocery store and get hit with some negative energy. So if you look, and this is so interesting because this has been coming up quite a bit. It's our conscious mind that is throwing us off the most, it seems, because that's coming up for almost everybody. And so again, the idea, we control our thoughts, and also this idea that thoughts, come in because we brought them in. As many are starting to say, thoughts can lie. You can have a terrible thought which is not even your own. So let's align. Non-beneficial energies in general, astral fragments, which would be kind of like the discarnates. Let's just go into the Gong. And as you know, back before psychiatry entered the picture, this kind of clearing was what most of your healers did. So, as crazy as it sounds, that is the way it was. And we're seeing so many things out there that don't make any sense. Not even talking about political things. I'm just talking about, crazy things. Let's just see. Any and all dark energies command, that's a 227. There's banished cancer, 146.
Cathy, this is Steve.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for the work you do on these Zoom calls, and Joanne for the backup she does. And it's just so amazing and overwhelming most of the time that I really need to look at the replays. And I was wondering what the status is on getting those up on YouTube. Can we?
Yeah. Thank you so much. And yeah, Joanna, I know she's worked very hard on that. Are you there, Joanna?
Yeah, I was working on it over the weekend, and I'll have all the links up this week.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, because I'm wanting to get some posts up, and we're waiting, having a little trouble here. I can't get our command in there, so I'll have to do that later.
Thank you, Joanna.
But so we'll get that all. We're going to unsubscribe to the Negative Reality Show. So we got some things to consider. But yeah, she's done a beautiful job with revising this website. And I want to start getting our Zooms up there so we can review them. I need to review them myself half the time. But I added a few extra things here. One thing, actually, this brain information to see where we are. So we do want the startup session. And that's all good. Okay, that's not too bad. For some reason. Having a little trouble today getting, there we go. Yeah, once you get all these things, it's just a lot of information. But once you get your get into your habits, this is a quick variety of steps you can take, and you'll be led. You'll be led for what to do, as you know. On Mondays, our physical condition to manifest seems to be a little compromised. Let's see what we want to do with that. And I do have, it looks like I didn't send it over here yet. I've been using it on the other computer, but there are some who say that the jab does something to disconnect our etheric field. So we have a code for that now too. I'll find it and send it out with this email. I've got it on the other computer apparently still. Let's just go in. Let's try. Okay, so we can just put this in 3 times. Physical condition to manifest. Priority for Chi. General options scan. And the personal options scan. Remember, the whole deal is we're building our Chi, so priority for Chi is why I'm typing that in. We'll take the personal options. Vitamins, and heart support. So I'm going to have to add that heart support later because it takes so long to add, but let's do vitamins for now.
Cathy, you still can't bring that up the quick way.
Sure. Oh yeah, please show me
Control-C.
that. Okay, pardon. Hold on a second. Let me get this down here. And then I remember I somehow could not master it. Let's try again. Okay, go to the heart support. Oops. Okay, just go to the heart support.
Just click that, and then before you do anything else, just hit Control-C.
Oh, all right. That's it.
That's it. That'll bring it up into a notepad.
Okay, it did not seem to do that. Did it do it? That's
'Cause
where I'm. Pardon?
Mine comes right up.
Yeah, for some reason,
Huh.
I'll have to maybe get with you individually if you have time.
Yeah.
And figure out what I'm doing wrong because I can't quite get it to do that for me. And that would save a lot, save a lot of time because when that heart scan comes up, that's going to be about 10 minutes of information.
Yeah. Do you have Windows 10?
I think this particular computer is Windows 10. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think even in 7 it came up. So
Yeah, I'm missing a step somewhere.
maybe you're going too fast. Hold the Control key down and then hit the C.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Let's do it. And then real quick.
Well, your arrow wasn't over the heart support little tab there. It was kind of outside it. So I don't know if that would factor in or not.
Hold on a second. Let's try it again. Okay, there's that. Yeah.
Move your arrow just a little bit to
Okay.
the left.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I don't even get the bottom. Mine just turns blue at the very top one. Let me do it again.
Yeah, see, I'm holding the control and that's just, it just doesn't do it. That is
Well, try this. Don't hit the down arrow. Just hit the top line.
okay, wait a minute.
Oh, try it on something else. Try it on Tonify or something.
Okay.
Just hit it. No, hit it over the. Okay, try it on something else. Try it on Detox. Just hit it over where it says second detoxification.
Where it says second.
Just hit the title. Just hit that. Don't hit the down arrow.
Okay. Yeah, it just doesn't do it.
Huh.
So I'm sure I missed. Oh, it did it! Yay! All right, now we've got Detox. Well, can we go back to heart?
Oh, we should be able to.
Of course, now I don't have heart in there.
Well, it just doesn't show it in the top line. It does.
Just type it in.
It's
Just
still
type
in
the word
there.
heart there.
Oh,
Maybe.
maybe.
I may have to refresh and come back, but it did it. That is incredible. Yay! Yay! Thank you. you. All right. Now we got it. Oh, ho, ho.
Don't you love it when a plan comes together?
Especially with, how much trouble I've had with this. I'm wondering, I just need to, this is still so long, and I just need to do a Control A up here. And it's just, this is wonderful.
It really saves a lot of time.
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. Yes. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you. And think of all the neurons in my brain that just got closer. They say every time you learn something, your neurons get closer. We'll move real quick on down. We want the custom cocktail scan, but we also want the Grabavoy codes, which is kind of interesting in that this is a Monday. And if we chose, we could select a code. I don't know if we'll have time for it today. I think there is a lot of power. Okay, so professional, which we really don't have a lot of cocktails yet for, and then family. Those are the two areas if we were going to focus at this moment in time. Let's go in here and see what we've got for family. Let's just do at this moment in time family dysfunction. Need to probably have. Then we have, this one is interesting for the light therapy if you get into the habit. And I know a couple of you have asked me to send out this little format. I keep changing it is the reason, and I keep tweaking it, which is a bad habit. But we don't want any light therapy for any of those areas. Let's just do the Grabavoy, and then I'll do the custom cocktail later and let you know. I think I need to really update that for the rest of you.
Cathy.
Yeah.
On the Grabavoy, can you put up in there more than just one thing?
I don't know what you mean. You mean when you ask at a time?
Yeah.
I haven't. I just put the one. Well, this is still not the one I want.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, no, that not that I have seen.
Okay. Because I know when I use it, I just do one thing at a time.
Me too. Yeah, me too. What is interesting is to, like I said, just if you get an intuition to check for something, just check. Just go in and follow that intuition and see if there's a message for you. And you don't need the codes, the words.
Where did you get the master list?
Oh, that's just from years of, I don't know why I'm getting all those things at the bottom. Let's just see.
You made it up yourself?
No, I just look in Grabavoy, and when I find a code, I just add it to the list. And I like to scan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like the information. That's what we're surrounded by, is information. So the list gets quite long, and that's where this wonderful find options button right here, you can get right down to the point of what you're wanting to look at. And then I'm doing my own codes not necessarily scanning this whole list, but I do a code every day. Just during the day, I pick one and text myself with it, so I've got it. And if I'm driving or walking or anything like that, my philosophy, what does it hurt? And I'll repeat it. With that being said, I had some really interesting results. Not always. You know, there's all kinds of factors at play. But it's not as if you are going into, into uncharted territory. We know everything is numbers. That's why our scientists are primarily mathematicians.
I'm reading that on the bottom, a huge wave of respect now comes to those who refuse the COVID vaccine. You actually got that from Weberboy?
I did, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, some of them really surprised me. But again, if I listen to something and something makes sense, then I type it in, and I really am surprised. So here we go with our Grab-A-Void. Let's just add the zeros. 100% oppression clear. We're wanting the code for aspergillus. That gives us some information. Carcinoma, we've obviously as a group got cancer on our mind. This is etheric. This doesn't mean you go to the doctor and get that kind of information, but it's on our mind for some reason. Child issues, astral negativity. We're mentioning coconut oil, so that's something you could look in for yourself. Divine mercy. This is a good one. Embody more love on the planet. Help ourselves and help humanity in doing so. Wanting some extra energy for the hypothalamus. This is an interesting one. It didn't have a code, but I put it in there. Peritonitis. Perfect relationship with the opposite sex. Pessimism. Straightened teeth. We're coming up with some unusual ones, and unconditional love. Just since we are a group, put the whole thing in. But if you're working with an individual, you might want to take it farther and see the priorities here. But right now for the group, that looks good. And then the field generator, we wanted the field generator today, so we have, did a scan on that too, and it came up with some interesting, that's not it. There we go. Nourish brain cells, obstacle remover. This was a little device I saw at some point, and I put a picture of it in the field generator and shielded. So let's just start with the nourish brain cells, and then we'll move through these during the day if necessary. But this brain thing has been coming up a lot. And I think there is significant stress. Let's see, we'll get an idea by length of time we request. 2 minutes, that's not too bad, is it? And we can move on down. And here, mentioning the charger, let's go ahead. Just typing in preserve theme, preserve options, or manual controls. If we have a priority and we want to preserve whatever theme. And this is where we got quite a few brain charges for a while. We don't really need those anymore. I go in anyway, priority for chi. So I've been getting what I go in for charges based on this scan here. So for example, we see allergens. So let's just go in here today, priority for chi, allergy, charge. Just see, is that something that we need a little extra boost with? No, not necessarily. What we're doing is going to work with it. We see metabolic deficient, that would be blood. Let's just see. Priority for chi, blood charge. moods, work-related issues, healing crisis, illness, yin organs. See if the hypothalamus, which they say is our thermostat. Let's see if, oops, charge. So, you know, a lot of times if you have just a moment, you can go back and forth and say, okay, look at that, 100% benefit. Let's see what we have in there. And if we don't, well, so we really, I'll have to add, we would like some further work on the hypothalamus. We really, let me just see. You have to have so much in here. Probably organize it better than I did. So we really don't have that much on the hypothalamus. I'll have to go in here and see what we can do about that, because it's obvious we want a little focus on that. Stomach chakra, heart. No. Forgot to put heart charge. Maybe we could take, so that's a 70. If we just go in here. We've got a couple things in here. Let's just look at heart function. And again, priority, heart function, charge. Close, but not quite. And we have one that's just with a code. Now, so we need to probably, let's see if there's a right block. This first section here. There's a heart right block that's in that first. I don't know how it shows up in yours. Let's just see. And if not, then at least we've got the information. I'll do a little more experimenting. Priority, heart, right, charge. See that? We just, for me anyway, I'm going to do a little more experimenting and see exactly what we're talking about here. For example, the heart chakra. Are we talking about something other than what we're thinking? No. Let's look at this one. Heal broken heart. And it's interesting because in the general options, we are personal options. Nope, so I'll have to play around with that. To me, it's better not to give too much. Let me see. A few other things, so we can go back and forth with this. One last real quick thing. Let's just see if we want to go in with the hypothalamus for now. Now we want to regenerate the hypothalamus. We can go ahead and do that for now. And the other thing, let's just look in here, see if we have any cocktails. Does not look. No. Well, that'll give us a couple of new projects to look into. And meanwhile, this is so proactive, as you know. Interesting to look up and see 14 hours. So it's worth knowing a little bit more about the hypothalamus. And then finally, we do have this flower essence completed for the emotional issues. Where'd it go? Here we are. And I'll send this out today. I've been doing this at night for us. You can scan and see. Got quite a list here. And then down here it talks a little bit about each one. Very interesting. So, looks like that's it for today. Any thoughts?
I wanted to share something.
Yeah, good.
Hi, it's Jan, the newbie. Totally
Yeah.
confused. So I just wanted to make people aware of this. You probably already are. I was emptying my pool the other day and I wanted to divert the water away from the foundation in the pool. And I went into a part of my yard that I never go into. And I looked up and there was a smart meter that had been installed in my property without my knowledge.
Yes.
I have been feeling sick for 3 months, like a lot of inflammation, a lot of pain. I called the company, and what's interesting is I went to my girlfriend's in Virginia for a week. I had no inflammation and no pain, and I wasn't even eating as clean as I normally do because she doesn't. And I called them up, and they said that they had every right to come on my property and do this. They sent me out some sort of letter saying they were going to do it, which I never saw. And so it really affected me, and those dirty energies and radio waves and microwaves can cause severe problems. They changed it the same day because I threatened them a little bit.
Whoa, good.
Yeah, it's still not gone back to analog. By the way, those are all recycled. It is digital, but without the Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
It is right where I sat to eat, right where I sat to relax,
Yep,
where I
yep.
sat to do everything. It was right outside my wall. So just beware that they will pop these in on us.
Yes,
Well,
and yeah.
Stop the crime.
I kept them from changing mine about 6 times. I denied them the ability to come on the property when they came to install it. Well, the 7th time they came, 4 cars of about 10 men showed up.
What?
And they informed me that they were changing it. I had nothing to say about it.
So
That's not right at all.
there's a letter that I came across. A nurse that worked in a vaccination clinic was able to work there and not have to get the vaccination. And the letter that she designed basically says, I do not accept the offer for the product that you are offering. And when she handed that letter to them, they didn't say a thing, because that's all this is about. This is just someone offering you a product, and you're saying, I do not want to accept your offer. I'll send the letter to Cathy.
Oh boy, thank you. That is wonderful. Yeah, we have the tools. If we have the awareness, we have the tools to clear all this. But yeah, I didn't know when one went up on my place either, and my blood pressure shot way up. So,
Well, there is a product that I bought anyway because it's digital, and I still don't even like that. It's a Faraday cage that goes right over the thing, and I'm just going to put that on.
Those things will work because I have one, but I still have suffered health problems since I got it. I mean,
Oh, boy.
Yes, I heard you can't verbally, you don't have any say, but if you hand them this letter, they seriously can't do anything about it.
Well, they came out the same day and changed it out. So whatever I said, really rang true to them, and they weren't going to mess around with me and what I was saying, all kinds of legal this and that, and I don't know what. I kind of got something else took over me and started to speak because it's really not me. And they came the same day, and my girlfriend was shocked because she has a friend that's been waiting 3 weeks for it to be changed. And I said, well, you can't be passive because they're aggressively affecting us.
Wow.
In a negative way.
What state are you in?
I'm on Long Island in New York.
Oh, wow.
I have a question.
Yes.
How do you know? I live in an apartment complex. How do I know if they got a smart meter or not?
You got to go down to where the meters are and look at them. It's really obvious. They're all digital.
Yeah. Look in the laundry room. Look in the laundry room.
Yeah.
Does it show it or what?
Yeah, you'll see it. It's, the old-fashioned one is like a clock that ticks around in a circle. These are all digital number readouts. When I looked up, I was in shock. I knew exactly what it was. And I think it might say smart meter on it. I'm not sure. But they don't replace them with analogs. What they do is replace them with non-Wi-Fi digital readouts. So in other words, somebody has to come to the house and still read the numbers. It's not going to the grid. Where they know everything that you do. That's another thing. They're selling your data to third party. That's a whole nother discussion. But yeah, it's a real infringement on our personal freedoms to have them do this to us.
Absolutely.
One other thing, I'm glad you reminded me of this. You might want to do some of your own research on, there's a laundry detergent out there called 20 Mule Team Borax.
Yep.
You might want to do a little research on the potential of just adding a pinch, because that is the mineral boron to your water each day, just a pinch. Do your own research.
Yeah, I did look that up. That's true.
Yeah, and so interesting things. You see, we didn't want but 2 minutes of the field generate for our brains, but we are now taking 19 hours for obstacle remover, so we'll do that. And thank you for that. Lots to be aware of, but nothing I don't think anyway, there isn't anything we can't handle once we have the awareness. And that fearless code is all powerful to me anyway. That's it for today. I thank you guys. Anything else?
Thank you, Cathy.
No, thank you, Cathy, very much. Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you for attending CathyDSlaught's SRC4u Zoom call for October 4th, 2021. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care and be well.